But nah, yeah, it can be fun. It's gonna be a fun one.
Oh yeah, we can talk. I got some crazy stories from. I just came back from Colombia, so we can
I was about to say,
that.
because I already saw the video of you like running around like trying to fucking shoot prostitutes without shooting prostitutes.
That's it. Yeah,
I was like, dude, that's fucking hilarious. Like that's fucking hilarious.
And then the two homies that I went with, no, actually, well, they live there. But the two homies that I visited, they're comedians, so it's just like,
oh okay, dude, that's what it felt like. It felt like almost like a tour vlog. You know what I mean?
Like they're performers and they're like martial artists and active. Like they're hella shit, bro. So it's just like good. They're super good energy. So it's just that whole trip was just like. We were acting like little ass kids, bro.
Right. Nah, crazy. Yeah, it looked hella fun. Yeah, and like, dude, yeah. Colombia's definitely.
They don't drink and party, so I'm just like, hey, bro, I'm gonna buy a table.
Yeah.
Y'all have to come out with me. I know y'all hate it, but at least y'all got some chairs to sit on.
Right. Better than being in the crowd, in a place you hate,
fuck that.
dude.
No, I was like, you going out with me.
I've been fortunate enough to where like at this point, like now I do go and get a table or like I have a section or I'm in the green room, you know. So I'm like, oh, I at least have that like privacy.
Yeah, bro.
You know, like I don't.
I used to fucking talk down like I'm not buying a fucking $250 bottle. What the fuck? That's so stupid. But then once you get in it, it's like the convenience. You know, then you got your girl, like, you know, she trying to sit down. Imagine if you're just like in a crowd of that shit. No, she can sit down, put her purse down. Or if you bring they can sit down, or you know it's like you're paying for the convenience and the comfort, which is fine, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people
I don't know, dude. I've been on it's not financially a smart thing that I've been doing, but it's been like I've been doing all this like I deserve it shit. Like, you know, like in the sense of like, nah, dude, like, nah, like we here, I deserve it. You know, like I deserve to treat myself like every once in a while. And that's been like financially not been the smartest, but what I
usually like do
like clothes. Is usually because I don't spoil myself with clothes. Obviously, I wear the same shit on the podcast. You know, like dude, like I don't care about like aesthetics necessarily.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, lately I have been like copping more clothes and stuff like that. But that's only because like the character that we're in, like the thing that we're doing here, you know, and it's like it's for the show, you know. Like I honestly wouldn't. I know I probably wouldn't even wear it like on like my day-to-day shit. Like I like my day-to-day shit. I like being like, you know. But yeah, but okay. I mean, real quick. I mean, we pretty much started already. Yeah. But
let me just put on my headphones.
But welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the George.Daniel podcast. I am your host, George.Daniel, and we got a crew with us today. Gang. Ashley is out of commission for the day. Unfortunately. So we apologize. I know all her fans.
What the fuck, Ashley?
Yeah. But yeah. We have Matt over here to my left. And then we got what I don't know if I should call you by your
that's
Mota
Mota Media.
Okay.
Yep.
But bet. So we have Mota Media with us. Dude, yeah, we've been already kind of shooting the shit for a little bit. And like, yeah, I just want to dive into the whole Colombia Medellin experience right off the bat.
Get it.
Because like, dude, like, yeah, like I said, you actually hit me up, which I respect that, you know, like, dude, hit me up and be like, yo, I want to pull up, I want to just sit, chat, you know, shoot the shit. But yeah, I respect that, so thank you for coming, first off. But also, like, dude, yeah, I was going through your Instagram and I was looking at it and like, yeah, you do music videos, you're a photographer and all this other stuff, but that vlog of you and your homies just running around Medellin, I was like, holy shit, that whole thing, like, that alone is a standout piece, like, for me anyways. And then you were explaining to me that they're comedians, they're, you know, all this man. Shit. So like, dude, tell us the story.
Well, first of all, appreciate you for accepting the invite. You know, I found you on TikTok, and you know, I think
that's crazy.
I think you had said something like it was like a family, like you were getting turned up with the family and shit. And I'm just like, bro, like your energy.
Was that you saying like, oh, we should drink
Yeah, we should talk about past pedas, or I forgot what the fuck I commented, bro. Like, we should talk about shit, because I'm like, I got a couple too.
Oh, dude, okay, it's all coming together in my head now. Okay, bet.
Like, you know, you liked it, you said come through, and I was like, all right, let me follow them on Instagram, and then blah blah blah, and then I forgot what that story was, but I was like, man, this fool got cool energy. I like that shit.
Yeah,
you know?
I was just getting drunk with my cousin. He went to the hospital. I fell asleep in the parking lot. So like,
yeah, bro.
It was a lose-lose situation.
I was like, dude, this is. I like funny. That energy. Like, I like to see that. You know, I feel like we can match energies and, you know, shoot the shit.
Yeah.
Say some dumb shit together.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Embarrass ourselves.
Dude, but it's our truth. You know,
right, exactly.
It's our truth. You know, I don't know what to tell you.
Makes me who I am, bitch.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But nah, yeah, bro. Shout out the homie Larry. Shout out the homie Cuauhtemoc. They're currently living in Bogota. Larry, he moved there, and I was like, bro, I'm a fucking visit you, bro. I'm gonna visit you as soon as you land. But I didn't visit him. I waited a couple months. You know, he's also, you know, like he's a comedian, activist, fucking actor. He's an expert in fucking rap, bro, and teaches improv around the world. Like, the week that I visited him, he just came back from Spain, and just teaches people how to freestyle rap and how to fucking in improv, bro.
Damn, that's sick.
Shout out to fucking Larry for that.
Dude, that's
and then
sick
the
as
homie
fuck.
Themo is he's like a fucking 69-degree fucking black belt in jiu-jitsu, teaches hella shit, you know, has rolled and how do you say roll? I don't know. My bad, Themo. I'm fucking ruining y'all shit. But he rolled with a lot of like dope ass professionals and shit. So it's just, you know, to be around them. They're comedians, and they're also people that can fucking kill you and shit. So it's just like,
damn,
dope ass energy to be around. But bro, we went to Cali. And that shit was, I love Cali, Colombia. Saludos a las muchachas de Cali, Colombia. Okay. Oh my God.
Dude, shout out to all the Colombians.
Yeah, bro. It's a change, my boy. It's a change. And we fucked around in Cali. Then we went to Medellin. And Medellin was more of the tourist, you know, more of the was where the passport bros be, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm just like, these fools ain't passport bros, bro. They tricks. Cause it's like, you see the prostitutes, bro, and they're bad as fuck. Like, I'm talking about like a fucking Bay Area 10, LA 9.5 type shit. You're just like, damn, $50? You know, $50 for a like that, you feel me? I get it, but it's just like, you're not a passport, bro. Because I seen hella motherfuckers walking with them. But anyways, we were just shooting some scenes for the video. And he was like, "Hold on, I want you to get the prostitutes back. Come on." And I'm just like, "All right, shit." And then some didn't realize, and then some were just putting like their heads down and stuff. And it was a crazy night that night. It was a crazy night.
That's fucking crazy. Well, on that same trip, is that when you also went to Peru?
Yeah. So we did all the Colombia shit first. We went to Cali. Well, first we met them in Bogota where they live. Then we went to Cali. Then from Cali we went to Medellin back to Bogota, and then we went to Peru, and then I went back to Bogota, and then I flew back.
Yeah,
it was like a whole ass thing.
Dude.
Yeah,
I want to do a trip like that for sure. And you went to Machu Picchu. Did you? There's like the cheat way, and then there's the hard way to get up there.
I guess you could say the cheat way. Right? I'm not no fucking.
I think one is like you have to camp like one day, right?
It's just for them backpacking ass fools that just, you know, when I puro gringo. It's all good, but I was like, fuck that.
Dude, but no, that's fucking sick, dude.
It was dope, bro, because we had literally a private tour. It was just me, the homie, and the tour guide.
Yeah,
the whole time. And it just, you know, they don't really know Spanish, but I do. And then, you know, like, being a Mexican American in Colombia, bro, like, it's a commodity, bro. Like, they as soon as you talk, they're like, ¿De dónde eres?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, soy de Mexico.
Yeah.
No, wait, no, soy mexicano, but I live in California. Like, California? You know, they think Hollywood, all that shit. So it's just like, ah! So we were there with the homie Miguel. Shout out to homie Miguel. He's probably not going to see this, but shout out to homie Miguel. You know, we start, you know how Mexicans do it. You know, we just talk shit and, you know, we just have fun with it. And then, you know, he caught the vibe. Then the homie's a comedian, so we're all fucking laughing. We're all yelling. Well, not yelling, but like,
yeah.
Motherfuckers are like, shh. I'm like, bitch, this. If anything, this is our land, bitch. Like, you with your white ass. No offense, but you know, it was really dope because, you know, there was nobody else like asking certain questions or nothing. It was just me, Temo, and our tour guy. So it was just like a very intimate tour. It was a very intimate experience, and then like he got to be himself. Not a tour guide. Not a tour guide. Like, okay, let's walk over here and, you know, whatever the fuck they say. And it's just like, look. And I'm like, look, you can say it in Spanglish. You can say it however you, because he knows 3 languages. He's like, what do you guys want? English or Spanish? I'm like, whatever you can say in Spanish, say it. And whatever you can say in English, say it. So he was just like, aquí, you know, we're just. It was dope. And he explained,
me talking to my mom.
Right. He was just explaining hella shit. And, you know, we're little geeks when it comes to history and you know all that shit. Then we'll ask some dope ass questions about the civilization, society, and just, you know, like, oh, what's the drug of choice, or like, you know, like what y'all do, and then you know, we forgot to ask about Tupac because Tupac was like a dope ass emperor and shit, right?
Right.
But he answered every question, showed us everything, and it was and we took him out. We took him out to eat after. We were like, let's what do you want to eat, bro? We got beer and everything for you. We'll pay for it. We all went to this one restaurant. We ate alpaca steaks. Alpaca steaks, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, y'all may think like, but that shit smack.
Yeah. I feel like alpacas are just big ass sheep, right?
Yeah, I guess.
You know, right? Yeah. They use them for their fur and shit.
Yeah,
you know? They're just big ass sheep.
Damn, alpaca steak. Nice. I love that shit. Dude. That shit was smacking.
Oh, dude, yeah, I need a trip like that. Yeah, just the way my situation is.
Bro, it's hella cheap. I mean, I'm trying to talk down on people.
No,
but like, compared to like going to like Europe or like Cancun and like all them places, like they don't tax and there's barely any tourists. Like in Cali and shit. But Peru, they do tax a little bit compared to Colombia because they have a wonder of the world and hella people.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Hella people travel there, but it's still cheap, bro. Flying from Cali, Bogota, and Medellin. Excuse me. It's like flying on Spirit. It's like $70 a flight. Oh, it's hella small. You know? And then the hotel's like $70-$80 a night.
Yeah.
It's cool. Compared to other places, that's like $300-$200, and it's $300, $500 for the flight. And you're just like, damn, I haven't done shit, and I spent a band.
Yeah.
But the whole trip, you spent a band. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it was fun. It was fun. We had a lot of adventures. Oh, bruh. I gotta tell you, the first night we were like, maybe we I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
It's my favorite stories.
Bruh. First night in Bogota, I landed, right? We took a nap because I landed like at 5 a.m.
Right.
And
it's a 2-3 hour time difference?
2 hours. 2 hours. 2 hours. It was 2 hours. You know, we smoked, we chilled, and you know, they don't really go out, but Demo goes out. He dibbles and dabbles in the alcohol. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's go to the bar. He's like, I got a perfect bar for you. It's this bar where you literally like pop, like get at people. Like you go there and they give you a napkin and it's like, yo, underline, you fill out your name, yo, Pablo, blah, 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 me gusta, la muchacha.
Yeah.
With whatever, la rubia, whatever the fuck, right?
Right.
And, you know, you give that napkin to the waiter and the waiter gives it to the person that you wanted to give it to. And then from there, you know, y'all could talk, or she says no, or he says no, like, you know, whatever. You move on.
Right.
It was like a brewery type shit. It was cool. It was cool as fuck.
That's crazy.
That's kind of dope.
Yeah,
the concept. Like, the concept is
dope.
sick.
I don't know if you could do it here though, because like
that's what I was about to say.
They'll run into hella shit. And
the problem is that all these people are too sensitive, right?
Mm-hmm. Sensitive, and it's just like
because especially when there's alcohol involved, right? Like okay, if we're a group. For two examples, a group full of guys, right? One guy sends something, he gets a yes, right? Next homie, yes. Next homie, yes. You're that fourth homie. You can't get a dub all night. You know? Then all of a sudden you're like, buddy, okay.
Yeah.
Or if not, if you're the girls, right? And like if you don't get one,
they get 69 napkins and shit.
Yeah.
You imagine? Like, but I don't know. They have a cool system there. So we were looking at some girls. We're like, hey, I want to send it, and like, you know, they knew what's up because we were just, it was like from like this distance. And I'm over here like, like she cool.
Hello, double take, triple,
and then too, they're over here like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, whatever. Let's just turn up. We'll see what happens. And then these two girls came, and I'm like, oh, okay, she cool, little blonde. Bitch. Sorry for my language. She was cool, and then the homie was like, hey, because I had tip in Colombia. You don't tip. I guess I found out. But I'm over here.
To, or
no, they just don't tip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I'm over here fucking knocked out, fucking with a stack of cash, because you know, like I had like 1 million pesos, and that's like 500. No, I had like almost 2 million. And that's like $500 or something. So I was just like, big wad, like,
yeah,
keep the rest, compa. We're good. He's like, oh, I'm gonna take care of him. So he was like giving us hella shit. One of the things he gave us was fucking tattoos of the bar. So Demo was like, hey, you should write down you want a tattoo and then give her the tattoo. I'll give it to her. And I'm like, no, I'm shy. You know, like that one meme where my friend thinks you're cute, and I'm just like, so I'm like, fuck it, just do it. All right, I wrote that down. I put the tattoo in, folded the napkin in half, and then he gives it to her, and then they ended up speaking English too. So I'm like, oh, the homie can have the what you call the other girl, and then he gave it to her like, oh, mi amigo, for you, and then she started laughing. I'm just like, so where do you want to put the tattoo? And then we start talking. You know, I was like, oh, I'm Mexican. She's like, oh, no way. You know, whatever. My accent was different. So they're like, oh, this and this and that. And then, you know, she's like, oh, do you have TikTok? Do you have Instagram? Blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, I'm a model. You know, oh, I'm a music video director. Like, let's do some shit. Whatever. I'm over here getting hella comfortable, buying beers, buying shots for everybody.
Yeah.
Each time, like, buying shots. Like, y'all drink tequila. Y'all don't drink tequila. Well, y'all gonna drink tequila because you fucking with a Mexican. Drink tequila. And then down the street, there was a Mexican club. They play nothing but Mexican music. Oh, let's go there. You like Mexican shit? Like, because she was telling me, oh, I love Karim Leon. I love Peso Pluma, Márcame Pe, you know, and some other shit. I'm like, all right, we out. Bruh. I buy a bottle at that Mexican club. And we're all just like, this is how we drink it, you know? You know how you drink out the bottle?
Right.
Like they do shots. I'm like, no, bitch.
It's called riding the boat here.
Like, nah, you feel me? I showed them. And then they started doing it. We're like, woo! Bruh. Next thing you know, I wake up and like, I don't have my money, bro. I don't have my cash. And I had a middle finger ring. And I didn't have that either. And I'm like, what the fuck? The homies woke me up like the next morning. We didn't get home till like 4 or 5 a.m. Bro.
Yeah.
And I was abnormal, you know? I was abnormal. And we're like, oh, well, we got to leave. It's somewhere around the house. Because we had no time to fucking look because we had to go catch a flight to Cali.
Right.
And then we come back to Bogota. The girl that I was fucking with, she ghosted me. But her friend kept talking to my homie. The homie was like, oh, yeah, let's link up. And she's over here like, for 500,000 pesos each, we can have some fun. And I'm like, and I'm putting all the pieces together like, oh, shit, I was robbed and these bitches are hoes. Because the other girl probably came up like $1 million on me because I probably spent around like 500,000, 800,000 pesos that night. So it was like down to $1 million. So that's why she was like 500, because she's trying to get her lick back too. And I'm like, oh my God, these are hoes. And they robbed me. They took advantage of my drunk ass. And I was just like, Oh,
Yikes.
and then the homie was like, "Welcome to Colombia, bro."
Dude, I mean,
like,
I feel like, yeah, you need to have one of those war stories, right?
But yeah, bro. I forgot about it till we came back, and I'm just like, damn, blood. Like, I got robbed by 2 hoes.
Dude, that's great. Yeah, I feel like in Vegas, I was real close. In Vegas, I was real close. I was playing it real fast and loose. But yeah, I was almost there to get to just have the experience. Like, I don't wake up with a black eye, not knowing where my glasses are, just being like, what happened? Like, that's where I was at. But also, I feel like I'm too good at this now.
Yeah.
That it's hard for me to to lose track.
Yeah.
Especially in a marathon.
Bro, I was just like, fuck it. We're here to have fun. We'll worry about this shit later. You know? Excuse me, but I got lost in the sauce. Everything was too cheap. I'm over here like acting like a fucking naco, like damn compa, and like hella showing up, with jewelry on and shit. Nobody wears gold out there, so it's just like Target. Yeah. I'm over here like,
fuck, dude.
Keep the change.
That shit's honestly,
asked for it, bro.
I mean, low key,
yeah. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, even just $500. Like, you can have 500 bills here, and it doesn't look like much,
Yeah, because it's 5 bills.
Yeah, but over there it's yeah, that's fucking crazy, dude. But also, so you shoot music videos and you do all this other stuff. What would you say are some of the highlights that you've had, doing that? And then some of those, what the fuck did I just sign myself up for?
Oh, there's a lot of those, man.
You're there for, you're there because they paid you to be there.
Yeah.
You don't know who they are. In
the beginning, yeah, but then now, I try to get to know them, try to talk to them and shit, highlights, man. I remember, I guess one. This might not be a highlight, but it's for sure, in my heart and forever, in my memory, forever. The homie Zach Hurth, shout out to compa Zach Hurth. I go to Memphis and I stay at his house. This time I was in Memphis for 2 months working, and it was right when COVID started getting serious. It was before California got shut down. It was before they did any shutdowns, but it was just hey, COVID-19,
right?
From
February.
Yeah, February, March.
Yeah.
It was March. It was March, actually. And over there in the South, they didn't give a fuck. They were just like, oh yeah, COVID, coronavirus, Cardi B. And then we were driving back getting some food, and the homie was like, hey, I need y'all in Vegas. What's up? And I was like, hey, can I come? He's like, hey, can the homie Mota come? He's like, yeah, we got you. It was for Block Boy JB. It was dope. They flew us to Vegas. We were the only ones wearing a mask and gloves and shit. I remember being in the airport fuck. And then
try not to breathe and shit.
Yeah, we went there. We shot a video. The video was dope. We had fun. We stayed at his house. His house had a theater. It was just awesome, just being in a fucking theater like that. It was just dope. And then as soon as we came back, they shut down California. So we're like, how the fuck are we gonna get back home? Because if they shut down California, they're gonna shut down Nevada. And it was just it was like a adrenaline rush, bro. That was kind of cool. I don't really have much at the moment. I can't really think of much highlights, man. I got some fucked up shit where it's just we're waiting there for hours for the artist to come, and then we book the location for a certain time, and then 30 minutes before it's done, they fucking comes through and we have 30 minutes to shoot something, that type of shit. That happens a lot. But I don't really let that shit faze me. I don't really mark those as I'm gonna remember this and I'm gonna say fuck that. Yeah. It's just it's part of the game.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. I can't really think of a highlight like that.
All right, no, that's hella funny. But no, dude, we just had our 1 year, right, with the podcast and everything. Yeah. And there's been some dope little moments. And honestly, most of the moments have been just with the crew.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like those are the ones. Those are my highlights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's. I mean, not to say that like you know when a guest is here, I don't have as much fun. Because right now I'm having a good time, but it's not like we're focused on like. So tell me, like you know.
I think it's just chemistry, bro.
Yeah. Well, also you came in with like I don't need to talk about that bullshit. Like it's cool. Like this is like
yeah. I mean, but at the same time, it's chemistry. You know, we were talking. You know, we're engaging. You know, I'm not no boring motherfucker. Y'all ain't no boring motherfucker. Yeah. So it's just like you know, it's the chemistry, and I totally agree with you because like sometimes when it's just the crew, it's so much more fun. It's just that chemistry is there. Yeah. You know, that confianza is there, versus a guest was just like. What's up, bro? So
everyone's got to figure it out.
You're engineer, huh? Yeah. Right, you know, you're a DJ. Okay, yeah. Dope. Yeah, fucking. All right, and then they're not like you know.
Yeah. Also, it's just like I realize that like one thing is that I'm realizing like not everyone is gonna be a great guest.
Yeah, eso también.
You know what I mean?
Hell
and
yeah.
it's not to shoot shots. Some of you guys are just like more like, you know, introverted and all this shit. I obviously use supplements a little bit to, you know, get out of my shell a little bit more. But, you know, like we all have our own shit. And yeah, it's just like some people are just kind of like don't have that. Yeah. Like even just in conversation, right? Like just regular, even without mics, they're just kind of like
they can't carry it, you know. Be on their phone and shit.
Yeah,
I mean it happens because you know motherfuckers get socially awkward and also to just get used to you know acting out on social media on their phone because you know if y'all text or DM is like LOL this is that
right hello emojis get memes
yeah. Oh I'm gonna talk hella shit on the podcast and then they come through they're like I like cats. Yeah, shit. You know
I have a cat. Like her name is blah blah blah. I'm like, cool. What do you feed her? I guess. Like what the fuck? Like
It'd be like that.
Yeah, but like you had a podcast. It's not like you guys haven't released an episode in a while. But like when you guys were like doing it, what was the goal for it outside of just trying to get like you from being behind the camera in front of the camera?
Shout out Stewie Films, shout out Eddie Chapo, because we did dope ass podcast when we were doing it. We did that to kind of push the corrido scene more, you know, push the regional Mexican shit more, and you know, just put a light onto the artists in the Bay Area and outside too. Give it a face. Put them in front of the camera. You know, they don't really get much interviews and shit, so you know, we decided to do that, and also just. For people to get to know us, you know, like the Eddie and Stewie got a big ass fucking following, and they made a huge impact in the corrido industry in the past couple of years. So just putting the what's the word like life or like you know that
there needs to be a voice
that common ground with the viewer and shit. You know, we're just regular motherfuckers. So we did that. You know, we had a lot of episodes. And it was cool, but then you know we start getting busy because you know we all gotta shoot music videos, so sometimes our schedules wouldn't align, and then you know we're just like just put this on pause for now, you know. Like it wasn't like no fight or no bad shit or like the podcast was hella horrible or nothing, but it's just like we picked up on hella other shit, like you know we're elevating.
And so honestly, like, you know? I wish more people did podcasts like this. Where it's not like a every week thing, but it's like, hey, in 3 months we're gonna check back in, and like I have hella shit going on right now. You guys are gonna get all those stories and like blah blah blah, right? Like that would be dope. Where it's like like seasonal, you know? Like,
every once in a while.
Yeah, and just like by then you have more stories, more experiences. You'll be a different person on the mic, and likewise with everyone else. I think that would be tight. I think more people would need to do something like that. I'm still trying to do the whole weekly thing, but that's only because I'm still trying to build. I'm trying to practice. I need my hours. I need my reps. This is me being in the gym. You know, for real.
Yeah. The only downfall to doing it sporadically or every once in a while is just like if you're not good in front of the camera,
then you're not gonna get better in 3 months. You know, you might have
That's
more
true.
stories to tell, but like you're not gonna be, you know, sharp on all sides when it comes to this shit.
Right,
You know, there's
right.
gonna be some dead space. We here for a motherfucking hour.
Yeah.
There's some dead space. You gotta learn. You know, it's a lot of shit that comes with it. It's like, you know, interviewing skills, social skills, a lot of you know. Going with the flow of your guests, going with the flow of the things, you know, if people don't want to talk about certain things, you're supposed to get certain social cues and stuff, you know, and also just your performance too. Like, what are you gonna say? How are you gonna present yourself? You know, your tone of everything. So it's just it does take practice, but you know, there's some motherfuckers that could, you know, go on that shit naturally.
Right.
You know, but there's some motherfuckers that think, oh, I got this, man. Well, you know, Joe Rogan, you know, he just talks.
Yeah.
But people don't understand. Joe Rogan did like 20 fucking years of interviews and radio and was a fucking comic performing in front of people. So that's why he has that flow. Us, on the other hand, you know what I'm saying? We didn't do none of that shit for 20 years. So, you know, it does take a little bit of practice and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think that's why, like, I mean, I don't know if you've heard anything, but like I've recently have started doing like stand up, quote unquote. Like I'll do like 4 or 5 minutes.
You do open mic?
And do open mics. Yeah.
Nice. Where you do open mic
at the cafe that I work at, we host open mics, and then also here in San Jose, they host open mics on Tuesday nights. So I've just been kind of like I try to go twice a month, you know? But mostly just so like I want to be able to. I'm a DJ also, so like for that hour, I'm in control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like I want you to have the best time, and I'm thinking of you, but I'm also like I want you to also know who did that shit. You know, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like that's why producers have their fucking ad libs. They have their own like blah blah blah. Like you need to let people know like I did that. You know. The same way that like like right now, like what I'm kind of psychoanalyzing since it's a new project, is like how do I predetermine a reaction so I can set myself up for the next thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with my words.
Exactly.
So it's like it's hard. It's like a weird new thing that I'm like dabbling in.
Yeah.
But it's been fun.
You only learn from doing it.
Right.
Type shit, because like, you know, how are you gonna do a crowd work?
I mean, all I listen to is like comedy podcasts, but they don't they don't talk about like the ins and outs of like how this is how you write a joke and like
because
you
they're
know?
comedians. I love comedy podcasts.
Yeah, I'm like
Stefano, Bob, like Bad Friends, Tiger Belly, fucking Your Mom's House.
You're amongst friends.
Exactly.
This past weekend, fucking
it's like every single one you've named. I watched those.
Yeah, JRE, fucking what? I'm missing.
There's
some,
a bunch, bro.
you know?
Every time people ask me, I always blank out like that too.
Everybody,
and then when I'm sitting there, I look at my subscribe, and it's
like
just like
9 podcasts that we all listen to.
Yeah,
exactly.
And it's good. You know why? Because they're comedians. They know how to talk. They know how to do shit. They know
it's entertainment.
They can fuck around.
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Versus like everybody else who don't listen to comic podcasts. They listen to like motivation shit. Like, oh, this is from a movie. Oh, this is like a murder case. And they're just fucking. Like, no offense, but they fucking suck. Yeah. And it's more of a radio show versus them. It's like
they're just tagging each other's jokes over and over and over. And it's
or they're
hilarious.
just fucking not talking about nothing and just like talk about the past or like this other and it's just it's not. How do I say this? I'm not gonna say it's not structured, but it's structured. It's dope. It's authentic, and that's what people are attracted to.
Yeah,
genuine shit, genuine raw shit, and that's all they fucking do. And their jokes are hilarious.
That's
like,
that's like that's the thing.
know?
You know, like with them, like they can do like if they weren't hilarious, it wouldn't hit, right?
Right.
But because they're hilarious, it's just like, dude, like, how can you not, you know, like, yeah, you may not agree with the joke, but it's a joke. You know,
that's
like,
what they got.
Up.
They got the whole defense of like, I'm a comedian, it's a joke.
But for us, that fan base, like, I remember, fucking Joey Diaz too. I forgot about that. Church of What's Happening Now, dude, and his
Joey,
new one,
Joey's Joint or something.
Yeah,
like
Joey's Joint or some shit, bruh. I remember they tried to cancel that fool.
Yeah.
But he was just like, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Fucking cancel
you fucking cocksuckers.
But like nobody
take me down, you cocksuckers.
Like, shout out Joey.
But yeah, like
He's the
that,
best, man.
they have a strong fan base, and people are like, well, they're comedians. I guess at the same time, it's like it's a little bit of backlash, but not as much because it's just like, if you're not into comedy, you're not gonna take the time to listen to that shit to fucking find like some weird shit.
Yeah,
you know?
Because I mean, like, not for nothing. Oh, dude. Okay, like speaking on comedy, then you guys are aware of this with the whole like Aziz thing, right?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, right? You know how? Did you hear about him? Telling his jokes and like, but the things that he was lying about wasn't in order to get a bigger laugh.
Oh no,
but it was
not Aziz.
Not Aziz.
Hassan, bro.
Sorry, people.
I thought you were gonna talk about. I thought you were gonna talk about.
Like, he did some Louis C.K. shit.
No, my bad.
Hassan
Minaj or something.
Hassan, what if you want to say it right?
Like, yeah, he was lying about his jokes, right? Which is like the complete opposite of what we're talking about. Where like it's like being, you can like be embellish who you are a little bit more when you're in front of the camera and all this other shit and blah blah blah.
Make it a little juicier. Add some salt and pepper to your shit.
Yeah. Like we all do that shit, regardless. Even in mid conversation, I like if you're not thinking about it, you're doing it. You know.
Yeah.
But lying about like something that's like a sad topic, like your daughter going to the hospital, your prom date,
the prom date.
That
shit was
like
hilarious.
her parents were like racist or something.
Like, dude, like
the backlash to that shit was hilarious because the girl ended up fucking marrying an Indian guy. So it's just like, how the fuck am I raised? Let me take this shit off because it's like,
oh yeah, go for it. It gets hotter with it on,
echoing. Yeah. Nah, but but I mean, I understand that comedians lie all the time. It's been going on for years, but
dude,
it's
the
just
Machine Story. He made a fucking movie. Like we're gonna act like Burt Kreischer really did that? Any of that? Like he maybe rode a train in Russia, and that's as far as the truth of the story.
I believed him up until Flagrant podcast too. You know that one. That's one of my favorites. But like
that's one of my favorites.
When they said that, like it might be fake. I put it in perspective. I'm like, holy shit, Bert does always lie about shit. Like, maybe he could lie about this story too. Yeah. But I was like, who gives a fuck? I was entertained. I loved it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, at the same time, like, fucking, what's his name? The hillbilly comedian back in the day?
Jeff Foxworthy?
Not just Jeff,
Larry the Cable Guy?
Larry the Cable Guy. Yeah. That's not who he is. He's a character. You know what I mean?
He's like
Bert is a character to me. You know what I mean?
Bert shit's coming out from him. Like, y'all heard about the Joe, the story.
Joe List, right?
I think Joe List,
him and Joe List had like
his
beef
bachelor
or whatever
party. He was just like lashing out alcoholic shit. Like, ooh, like I hate to see him go down like that, but like, what happened.
Well, I think he was just like, I think because he's so. This is also very like, I mean, very niche or whatever. But at the end,
niche,
you know. But at the same time,
cut this, make some clips. We're gonna go viral on this shit,
but,
you know.
Like, but I think because Bert is so attached to the Tom Segura brand that he feels like he's on like a higher pedestal than he actually is. Tom is the one who's going on world tour. You're still just selling theaters. You know, like yes,
you're stadiums, but like
okay, fucking minor league stadiums, dude. You're not doing like AT&T, which I mean, not to like, you know what I mean. I it sounds like I'm hating on someone who's making millions of dollars,
right?
You know, who's like got it figured out or whatever. But like, I think that was the whole Joe List thing, was him being like. He's like, nah, like I don't have a problem. Like, blah, 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 blah. You don't know how to, you don't know me, you know, like I don't know. But yeah, that's what I've been hearing anyways with all the like comedy shit. It was just like hello. It's just it just sounds like people are just like mad at someone else's success and having a good time. You know, he's like, yeah. So what if he gets drunk every once in a while?
I mean,
we get drunk every once in a while.
Sober now.
Drunk a lot. Though.
Yeah, that's true.
He'd be pounding that shit.
Yeah, I also unfollowed him because I don't want to get like too close to it. Because those like morning showers in the pool.
He'd be losing me with that shit because that's that weird white boy Florida shit that I'm just like.
But that's the character I think he is like that middle America dad, you know, like with that like solid belly, you know, like like those guys,
like solid,
you know?
Dude.
Like he has a turtle
like,
show.
I fuck with it, but it's just like, ugh. I hope that ain't true about your ass just going to the pool and counting that shit as a bad. That's like some.
It's gross.
Yeah, it's weird. But also like
Bañate, way.
For real. But okay, to make it less white, you were talking about corridos and everything, and like how like that was, you know, because like, dude, honestly, all I've been really listening to, if we were to go on my my Spotify and look at my repeats, like it's all corridos.
Yeah, same.
You know, like
Corridos, reggaeton,
but it's
a little hip hop here and there.
Yeah, and like I don't know why I like it's. I've said this like numerous times on the podcast where I'm like, I'm so happy that there's like a random resurgence in this like.
Oh yeah, finally.
And it's
about
more
time.
It's
I've been
more,
waiting on that.
It's more
shit,
than
bro.
just the music, but like in our culture, you know.
Yeah.
Like the runs used to be our thing, but now it's like a cultural thing, you know. And like and then now like with all the corridos and all the like Peso Pluma shit and all this other stuff, like Peso Pluma was the #1 artist in the world, even for like 3 days. But in the world, you know, like that's
big,
crazy.
and he's doing. Excuse me, and he's doing like other shit. Like he's embraced by like, you know, the American culture and all that shit. Because when the fuck have you know, when is Valentín Elizalde, Banda El Recodo, actually Banda MS made a song with Snoop Dogg, so maybe not so much, but like. You know, there's never been that like, I guess, like acceptance. There's never been like that, oh, I like this shit. Because, you know, people play Peso Pluma now and motherfuckers like, hey. And then when this, like, Corridos Tumbados shit came out, it was so, like, it hit home for Mexican Americans because it was just like, damn, y'all look like rappers, act like rappers, but y'all sing corridos. Like, this shit is fucking dope. Like, y'all, we kind of met in the middle with the hip hop and the American culture.
Yeah.
And then you put that Mexican sauce in, and it's just like right in the middle. Like for someone like me to be like, damn, that is fucking relatable as fuck. Like it was so dope. But then, you know, a lot of shit happened. You know, we got Peso Pluma now. He's doing a lot of shit. He's getting embraced a lot more. You hear that shit in the clubs. You hear that shit out the country too.
He was at the VMAs. Yeah, you know what I mean?
He was in the first Mexican. Like I feel like that's made an impact since Selena. You know what I'm saying? Because Selena also, you know, did some shit, got some Grammy. You know what I'm saying?
But the craziest part, but yes to that, 100%. But she was Mexican American.
Yeah,
he's
that's
the first
true.
Mexican.
This is Mexican. Like,
you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And
yeah.
like even him, he's not even like full Mexican. He's like Libyan also or something like that. He's like half like he's like half Libyan, half Mexican. Like his dad is, you know, from over there. But like, yeah, even I mean, he's still Mexican. Don't get me wrong.
Still
you
Mexican,
know,
yeah.
like the same way that Mexican Americans are still Mexican. Like whatever. But like it's just so to me it's just so like tight. You know, like what you were saying is like the representation as to like
fuck yeah,
visually.
Like Fuerza Regida too, bro.
Yeah.
Like JOP, you know. And it sucks how we're not getting acknowledged by like the, I guess you could say the higher powers, like the Grammys and shit like that. But like, bro, that's gonna come over time. That's gonna come over time because we just need these motherfuckers to die out.
Do we need it?
No, like Jimmy said, bro. Like we don't live off award shows. We don't live off that shit. We live off, you know, they live off impact. They live off the fans. They live off the culture. And like even with these award shows and these other things, not a lot of culture has been represented. Even the hip hop culture ain't really represented. Now it's mainstream as fuck and shit. But like before, it wasn't acknowledged how it was.
Yeah.
And it's just like a matter of time until, you know, the Mexican music gets not just corridos, because corridos could be anything. Like, you know, that.
But that's our trap.
Yeah.
Like trap was gonna like we needed Future in order to get Migos. You know what I mean? Like we needed Nata to get Peso Pluma.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like we needed that.
Yeah, we needed that.
Nata was like doing it way before everyone else.
Yeah, and then people try to be like, oh, how come he isn't number one? Like, bitch, he's in PRC, he's in fucking hella other fucking songs. Like, he's a feature in that. He's
22,
involved.
I think,
he's
or like
involved
23.
in it, bro.
Like,
yeah.
dude, like I don't know. He kind of like that. Like the scene of the corridos tumbado reminds me a lot of like the SoundCloud era that's happening here in the States.
Yeah.
Like we have our Trippie Redd. And we have our Uzi. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It got to a point where it was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, I even like said it myself. Like, watch, it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back to the shit because like real singers from Mexico or real singers from like around here are gonna come out, and then people are gonna be like, oh my god, this is like it don't have to be a good ass song, but like they have a nice voice. They do shit. They sing it right.
Right
Grupo
now.
Frontera, for example, in the midst of all this corrido tumbado shit and all this like all this the Grupo Arriesgado stuff, like all this came out with fucking cumbias, bro. Like fucking conjunto, or not conjunto. Fucking damn, I'm starting to feel the modelos. What kind of fucking like little grupo shit, little cumbia shit like that. I mean, cumbias is still hot as fucking like Mexico and shit, but like shit like that. That shit, you can not only will we fucking fuck with it because we grew up with it, fuck with the adults in the older generation. So like you're getting three times that love, and that's why they got that success. And then like when like people like say like damn who was it? I can't name it, but like when they start using the charchetas more and the tuba more, Luis Eric Enriquez and people like that, oh shit, like they were like, fuck corridos tumbados, we like this shit because it was actually singing and had some substance to it. Yeah. And then now you get a whole plethora of that shit. You get the corridos tumbado sound, not the sound, but I guess the corrido tumbado look and steez with it. And then you get that Mexican, the roots of that shit, like the good music behind it. So it's just like it's working, bro. It's working, Yeah.
Like in like for I guess like the EDM fans, it's kind of in the same gist as like there's this DJ named Carnage, right? Like that's how we started off.
Big Papi.
And then now he's Gordo, right? And then he started doing house shit. And then it wasn't until Drake put out his album that people started listening more into like house. And people were like, I like this like tropical house type blah blah blah. But also I'm like they started dabbling into the other shit. And they were like, oh, actually, I really like this type of, like, blah, 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 blah. It's the same way with, like, all the corrido stuff. Like, I started listening to, like, it's still, like, on Spotify, genrefied as corridos. But, like, there's this kid his name is Xavi. He's 18 years old, but he with, like, all the guitarras and all this other stuff, like, all that, like, corrido sounding, he's, like, singing over it. And it just sounds like it's like that trippy red type shit, that like crooning,
it gives a different vibe.
Yeah, and
like, elevates it.
It's sick. I think and also I think it's just gonna elevate us as like a culture. You know what I mean? Well, like new shit always elevates everyone. No, yeah. Give
me 1 second, y'all. I gotta pee hella bad. Yeah, good. I was with the homie. I was living with the homie, but at the time I didn't know he was like majorly into that shit. Like he like was a substance abuser, like alcohol, Xanax, coke, all that shit. But I didn't know because I'm over here fucking not living the good life, but I'm just like I'm grounded. Right. It's just doing like you. All right, you're gonna do this shit every day. You're fucking up. Every once in a while you dibble and dabble. That's cool, but whatever. That was just that was what I was on. So he hid it from me, and then just one day it was like I had the homie over like let's just all do fuck it. Let's just sit here and just do hella we did. Yeah, that was the last time. Dude. But the best, bro, I went to Sinaloa to shoot a music video, and I was with the peoples. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it was Vice News, like literally.
He was in there with the fucking bulletproof vest and shit.
I was just there like it was incredible because it's like I don't come from that shit. I'm not, my family ain't involved. I don't live in no area. So to me, it was like hella dope to like be welcomed into that environment, Yeah. Fucking,
you're also doing a service, right?
Well, yeah, but like still, like
no, but that's like the privilege, right? Where you're doing them a solid, but also it's like it's like people aren't allowed there. Yeah, the access.
Like me, I'm not allowed to see that shit.
Right.
I guess you could say it was an honor because like. It's an honor when you can't do when you can't do shit that other people can do, like in that case. And it was just like, okay, yeah. And I remember they were like, oh yeah, just use the truck. Here are the keys. The truck was a fucking regular truck with a fucking 50 cal fucking machine gun on top. I'm like,
Dude, I'm picking up beers.
Just in case. That's the whip of the day. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you see me in the behind the scenes, just driving it like it's a regular ass truck, and it was just incredible. I remember the first night we were there, we were trying to shoot, but then the big dogs in Culiacan called them, like it's a meeting, and they like, you know how when the firefighters ring the bell and everyone's just like, oh fuck, like that's literally how it went down, and like fuck, I can barely understand this, you know, like the Rancho Sinaloense fucking accent, because it's thick. It's like a southern accent. You know, when you go to the southern, it's like, you're like, huh?
Yeah.
So he's just like, hey, I'm like, ¿cómo? Like, dile en inglés, like, wait, yo entiendo español, pero no te entiendo a ti. Like, fuck, it just, like, it just all, like, it's a one-word sentence.
It's all like Cubans, you know, like, just like,
a tad bit. Yeah, that's a good comparison. Like, yeah, it was just, like, crazy like that. And then we were stuck there, me, the crew, the artist, and the guy from the label, and, like, two like, people,
security guards.
That, like, you know, but they people around there, so they stay, you know. And we're just like, what do we do? They're like, let's turn up. It's 7:00. We bought hella 70 bottles, hella beer, and like, what do you do, bro? What the fuck do you do in an empty rancho?
Yeah, you just get plastered.
Just get plastered, and you're with two fucking big artists. Like, they whip out the guitars and start singing, so you're just like, oh, hell yeah, bro. Yeah, I got trashed, blood. Like, I got trashed because the homie from the label would be like, try the boat. Andale, take a shot. And then it'd be long ones. I'm like, no, don't. I don't want to. Like, don't be a bitch. You know? And it's just like, yeah, I got too fucked up. There was like a big-ass mesa, like where they meet. I was sitting there. I threw up, blood.
Not on the table.
Yes.
And my God.
was
dude,
also
that's
wearing,
where they have the meetings.
I also was wearing bruh's Louis Vuitton little satchel. I'm like, look at me. I fucking threw up, and then it's just like, oh no. I was just like, ugh. It's so funny, bro, because shit could have gone bad the way I was acting, but luckily, you know, Mexicans.
Nah, but the thing is, like, if
with that shit,
if you act like family, you family, right? So like, you can get fucked up.
I was acting like I ain't trying to be too explicit, but like they had like 2 chains around a pillar, and that's, you know, where shit happens.
Yeah.
You know, they told me stories and they showed me stuff. You know, the fucking, what is it called?
Stains on the floor,
right? The tablazos and all that. Like, oh yeah, and they told me like some stories. I'm just like, oh shit. And I'm over here drunk as fuck. I'm like, y'all better not hit me, cause I'ma like that shit. Like, cause you know, like
that's like that West Coast.
The tablazos is like the little sorority paddles, but like big painful versions of it. And I'm like, shit, I might like it. I might beg for more. And then, looking back, that's something bold to say, but everyone was cracking up so much that it felt like the Machine story, bro. Like it was just like, hold on. Tell him again. Tell him what you said. And I was just like, oh, don't do that, because I'm gonna beg for more. Like, give me more. Everyone's just like, ha ha ha, ah. Yeah. And then I woke up and I remembered that. I'm like, how am I still alive? Like, how am I untouched by that shit, bro? Like, that's hella funny, crazy.
But I mean, like, I feel like also being like the silly goose sometimes is like the protective armor. You know what I mean?
A bit. You know, it'll get you out of situations for sure. Like, it you know, they'll be like, oh, this guy's drunk as fucking funny. Like, you know, and or probably they had orders like, don't fuck with them, or like, I don't know. Who knows?
Well, I mean, I like to think of that on the silver linings, you know?
Yeah, bro. And I kept singing, no tengas miedo porque soy de Sinaloa. It's just embarrassing, but you know, fuck it. It was witty. Funny. I remember they dropped us off at the house. I was so drunk, I didn't bring my luggage in, and I left it in the middle of the street, and everyone was going crazy because, you know, like, it's at the house, it's there, like unmarked, like it could be a bomb, it could be a body in there, like God, you know how they do shit. Like, what is it, bro? It was my fucking clothes. I woke up the next day like, where's my suitcase? Like, you're talking about this one? It's like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, bro, you had us tripping last night. We had the walkie-talkies going crazy. We had the radios going crazy. Like, who's this shit? Who's this shit? Like, oh, it's the drunk guys. They're like, ah.
Damn.
The
whole neighborhood in panic, bro.
I've had some like bad nights, but like that would terrify me.
Yeah.
Like waking up and being like, oh shit. I'm not. I've hung out with gangsters and blah 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 and all this shit. But
right,
like,
but they ain't.
like,
their level of gangster ain't on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like nah, this is not for play.
Next morning we go back to shoot the video, and then the jefe was like, "Hey Mota, why'd you get so drunk?" Like hella fucking straight face. Like, why'd you get so drunk? And I was just like, shit, blame this fucking fool. This fool kept telling me to take shots. I don't want to stop. And he was just like, drowning me with shit. So I got fucked up. And then he was like, yeah, bro, I did. Yeah, like, you know, like I did. It was my fault, Jefe. Like, my bad. And then he was just like, yo ass need some agua mineral. Give him some agua mineral. And then he gave me some agua mineral. And I was like, thank you.
Yeah, with the shakes and shit. Dude, that's
it's good to be funny and humorous and that shit.
I think like also, like I feel like also yes, you were drunk, right? But even just in general, right? Before the cameras were rolling or whatever, like you were so personable. Like you're not approachable. You know what I mean? So like I don't doubt you that you can do some shit, but I also don't feel the need to test you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably because you know, like I carry myself very genuine and
right.
Like I'm myself too much. Sometimes I don't read between the lines of shit, but like you know, I think that's kind of what has got me where I'm at. You know, like sometimes, like a lot of directors, for example, like they're directors for I'm not gonna say for a reason, but they're directors and they don't like to be in front of the camera.
Right.
That's why they're directors. They're behind the scenes. Everything behind the camera is good. So like social media or like podcasts, interviews, behind the scenes, they don't want to do it because it's just like, nah, I'm not with that shit. The majority of the people that I talk to, but like me on the other hand, I'm like, I'm all out there, you know? Like, I'm the same person social media. I'm the same person. Well, I'm not the same person on set because on set, I'm like in game mode, you know? I don't got time to fuck around. Yeah. If there's time to fuck around, I'll fuck around. Yeah. But, it's a really good thing to be yourself. And luckily, you know, being myself has some benefits to it and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Because, like, don't get me wrong. Like, you remind me a lot of the homeboys that I used to kick it with where they were like not, they're nerdy in their own ways, right?
Oh yeah, I'm nerdy as fuck.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
You mentioned earlier about history, but also like you have to be somewhat of like a connoisseur, right? To want to pursue anything in the arts, right? Even with Matt being a producer with the podcast, to me that's his vision as to what it looks. I've never once given him a no as to like this shot needs to be like this because I don't.
Right.
No, that's him. I'm giving him the luxury and the liberty to do whatever the fuck he wants. Mm-hmm. But with you, it's the same thing. Where it's like I'm asking for your service because I know your eye, or I kind of have an idea of your eye, right? Like how you shoot music videos and XYZ, or shoot just like photography. But how do you kind of like, with you, how did you find your kind of like little, like how you want to present yourself? You're presenting like, I don't.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But okay, the bigger question, right? The main question is, how do you learn to represent yourself in someone else's art?
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna say I have a certain style with that shit. Well, I guess I do, in some way. Sometimes,
because I feel
it's just like they leave it up to me. They're like,
right,
this is the guidelines. This is what I'm thinking. I usually fill in the blanks. I usually do that. But like at the end of the day, like, you know, like, are you gonna tell like a carpenter who's like fixing your shit. Like, oh, maybe if you did the tiles horizontally instead of vertically, like, you're not gonna do that because, bitch, I'm paying you to do that. So it's just like at the same time, there's some freedom, but then sometimes it's a job, you know, because at the same time they're paying me to give them their vision.
Because like with me, like as a DJ, right, I have total liberty to just like, if I wanted to play an original song, which I don't have, so don't look for it, or play someone else's music, like I have that luxury. Like, I can just do that. Mm-hmm. But with you, I feel like you're playing, and same with Matt, you're playing with someone else's, like, color palette. You're like, this is what I'm going to give you. You do it. You do what you will with that. You know what I mean?
But usually when they come to me, they already know what's up. Like, they're like, all right, I want
for sure
what you did, how you did this.
But it's going to...
And then, you know...
let's just say you have a vision for a music video, right? And you were like, I kind of want you to, like, dance a little bit on this one. But, like, because that's the vision that you have. But the artist is like, I don't want to fucking do that shit.
Yeah, there's a perfect example of that I can think of right now. R.I.P. Slovey, young Slovey. There's a shot where I wanted to do where I had him in the middle of a backdrop, sitting down, and I'm like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this scene of you sitting down, but I'm gonna need you to walk back and forth so I can get the scene of you here steady, and then I'm gonna fucking fast forward you walking back and forth. And he's like, all right, I'm with that. And then once he realized he had to walk back and forth for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes straight, because, you know, if I speed it to 2,000%, it's gonna, my 30-second clip is gonna be a second. So, you know, with avoiding
he thought
you were just
gonna loop it.
I'm like, just keep walking. He's like, bro, I don't fuck with it. Like, I'm like, bro, I know, but just trust me. Just keep walking back and forth. And then, like, I didn't need him to walk back and forth happy. He was just like,
that probably made it better, right?
Like, it didn't make anything because it's just this. Just walking back and forth. I just need it for like 3 minutes. And like, he did it, and I showed him, and I'm like, now you know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, bro, that shit was great, bro. Yeah, R.I.P. Young Slowby, yeah.
That's crazy. But that's cool. That's cool that, like, in a way you can be like, well, also you have enough, like, capital right behind you being like, enough.
I mean, not just capital, like, even when I was even before when I was like starting off, like, I guess you got to go about your way professionally and got to be convincing enough, because it's just like, bro, you hired me for something and I have a certain look. I have a certain way about my shit, you know. Okay, like that's like
I guess this is why I kind of like you
like for you being a DJ, like if they tell you to play Bad Bunny all day, it's like, no, bitch, we gotta you know, we gotta play certain songs when people start coming in, and then when everyone's, you know, turned up at 11 o'clock, then I'll play some Bad Bunny and this shit. Then midnight we're doing that, but I'm not gonna play Bad Bunny all night. Like I know what I'm doing. I got, you know, I got what they call the BPMs that all match up and shit. Like I know the structure, and if you hired me for a reason, let me do what I do in the same way in the video shit. Like if they want it, like, I want this because you're gonna see the fucking the hills, and you're gonna see the city behind me. But it's like, bro, it's 7:30 in the evening. I'm not gonna get shit. Yeah. If I light you, it's gonna only light you. Like, understand that. Like, maybe if you go right here and we do it this way, then, you know, now I have a camera that has a flip screen. I'm like, you see? They're like, oh, okay. Like, you gotta be convincing and kind of stand on your shit, which a lot of people have a problem with nowadays, because, like, you know, it gets a little confrontational, especially when you're, you know, talking to someone who's like of different worlds of you. I'm gonna say, like, you know, like, I'm not a hood ass motherfucker, but if you try to debate with a hood ass motherfucker with 12 of his homies there, you know, it's very intimidating, especially for somebody who's like, ooh, I want this to be my time to shine, and, you know, so it's just like, I'm gonna be a yes man, and like, they'll even respect you more if you're like, nah, and this is why. XYZ. Like, they'll respect you more. Like, like they'll be like, oh, this motherfucker knows what he's talking about. Okay,
dude. You know, and like for me, right? Like, I've never had the experience where I was trying to explain something to someone while I was getting paid, right? But I've had moments when I was growing up with like hood dudes. I'll just put it at that. Where like I'll just be like, all right, but like, you know, we just did X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. How we feeling after that? Like, I'm about ready to cry, but like, how's everyone else doing? Right. You know, and blah blah blah. But like, for them, they were like, oh, you just bring a different like perspective. You are like, I say the things that people don't want to say. You know, like a lot of those people who are the hood dudes are a lot of yes men, because they don't. The family structure is so much more important than the individuality. And like, I don't, it's not any shots, but like, yeah, it's like the unit is more important than who I am sometimes for them, which is fair in a lot of ways, but like also understand that like I bring a different perspective. Like with you have a different knowledge as to like how it's going to look at the end of the day, right? Like you have the vision. You already know, even with the shot that they want or your shot, you can already see it. But they don't see that. So like they respect that 110%.
Yeah, you just got to have that. You just got to have that way to yourself to like explain, be like, oh yeah, I understand. But like, you know, when you watch movies and you see that shit, it's the same shit with you. So yeah, like I wanted to come out. And they're like, okay.
Yeah, I had one of those like car rides with a chick, right? And we were talking about like movies and like Quentin Tarantino and all this other stuff. And she was telling me about the storyline, but I was telling her about like movie placement. Like I saw like the branding and all this other stuff and blah blah blah. Like I saw that, I was like, oh, those are dollars that they got for ads to make this a better scene. Mm-hmm. You know, like if it wasn't Pepsi, it was Coke. If it wasn't this, it was that. You know, like whatever the fuck. And like that's my mentality. But she had a whole different take on it, where I was just like, oh shit, that's dope. I never thought about the storyline like that, because I don't think about it that often. I know what happens. We all watch the movie, but like she saw it in like character breakdown, and like if it wasn't for this person going through this wouldn't have happened, and like all this other shit. I'm like, damn, dude, you really broke it fuck down. I'm just looking at like the visual, like what's in front of me, you know, like very baseline, which is really cool. But
females got that effect.
The detail effect, right?
Shit, yeah.
Like
are y'all dating at the more like dating, or y'all have girlfriends?
I'm single.
You're single?
I'm single.
Yeah. So y'all just dating?
Yeah.
I'm also not really though.
Yeah.
That's dating.
Yeah.
I'm single. I've been single for like I'm about to be a year single. It's a trip coming back to the single world and just being like with all this shit, you know, all them Hinge dates and
the dating world.
The dating world so crazy now, cause like
I hate it. I hate it.
You hate it?
I hate it. I hate it.
Why do you hate it? Why do you hate dating?
No. I
don't.
Why
do you hate the dating scene?
No. Because it's only online dating now. It's only online dating now because, like, dude, if you approach a girl nowadays, like in real life, it's now it's so much politics, because now you're not working the girl, you're working her friend group, also. In a lot of times, I'm not getting a table every single time, and I'm not going to like big bars. I'm just going to like my local watering hole, you know. But like, yeah, it's like it's hard to go up to a girl nowadays, just off of like what like what's up, can I buy you a drink, you know, like, you know, like it's either like they're gonna take that as like, it used to just be like no thank you, you know, and then if you were a creep you would linger, but most people walk away, right, because we all got a hand, but like nowadays they all treat us like a creep for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, like unless you got like a like
depends
a nice,
what you say. Like, I mean,
no, but unless you got the chain, unless you got the table, unless you got this shit, unless they are already like a barrier where they're like, oh well, he's doing at least well enough, you know, like then they're like willing to entertain it. And this is also very shallow, and I understand that. But
I feel like you're talking about a certain type of girl, like a very. Well, a lot of them girls are like that nowadays, like even, but it's just like
I think girls and guys are just as shy, right?
Oh yeah, but I feel like that's a great advantage because when you approach somebody and you have that confidence and that riz about you, like
for sure,
it works that much more. Because who the fuck is, you know, you're mostly getting DMs, you're mostly getting likes, you're mostly getting XYZ. So when you actually approach a woman organically and you have that organic conversation, that connection, make her laugh, do this, then you know you go about some. Yeah, the friend group is of a challenge, but I mean, if you come out, the girl that you want, I was gonna say target, but we ain't gonna objectify him that.
I said kill the other episode, dude.
Like you zero in on the one that you want, and you know they're gonna be like, oh shit, like, because they're actually gonna admire your confidence and your riz on just doing that, because it takes balls.
No, for
sure. And then, you know, if you know how to control a crowd, like, you know what I'm saying, like. Oh, talking to like, oh, are y'all good friends? Okay, so are y'all good enough friends to know that, you know what I'm saying, that y'all let her be happy and shit with me? Or like, you know, there's some weird shit.
No, okay.
I hella made that up right now. But no,
but
you know,
like,
just
don't get me wrong. Like, don't get me, okay. I'm having a podcast, right? I don't get me wrong. Like, I do very well for myself. But like, I know homies who go through all this shit, right? When they're like, you know, just trying to like just put themselves out there. If it's not on a dating app and it's like, hey, let's meet up here, like blah blah blah. It's really hard.
Fucking cat off. But
it's really hard for them, right? Like, I mean, this is like, let's just say, like, honestly, like, I think confidence level, me and you are probably in the top like 10%. for real,
yeah.
You know, like, I think we understand who we are, but also have a very good understanding that like if we want something, we can get it, you know, regardless of the thing. Not talking just specifically.
Yeah, and this ain't to be like,
but like this is, but this is,
oh my how I value man and all that shit. But like no, like
but
it takes a certain, like even a little pinch of confidence, bro, and a little bit of self esteem, and you also if you clean yourself up, smell good, like that's just. It just it adds on to your value, you know. You walking up to somebody, you know, you got that way about you. It's good.
Personally, I'm on my project phase. Like, I want girls to think that I'm a project.
What you mean?
I'm broken. I'm disheveled. I'm on that phase right now. I'm 26, dude. Fuck you. You know what I mean?
Hell.
You know what I mean? But we're there right now. But yeah, it's just like, dude. But also like. It's as a 26-year-old, right? Dude, like, people don't go out unless it's at a party, a restaurant, or a club that they're going to go see their friends at, and they kick it with their friends, right?
Yes, but you don't have to depend on that shit.
No.
Girls go grocery shopping. Girls go to the gym, pumping gas, fucking... there's a lot of opportunities.
I'm not saying that that isn't true, but my thing, I'm talking about like the average Joe, right? Like the average fella. Like, I think that's why there's so much like distance between the male and female like gender in general. Is because like dudes don't know how to be friends with girls, and girls don't allow dudes to like be in their lives. You know, like, because guys are like, well, if we're friends, we can fuck, right? And it's like, no, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, just be happy that you're with a girl. Learn from her so you can, like, you know, fucking do it with, like, one of her friends, you know? but you know what I mean? Like, that's...
It's like proximity rules.
Yeah. I mean... But, like, dude, but that's, like, the safest thing for everyone, right? Is, like, learn from a girl that, like, you maybe wanted to, but then she's like, hey, like... this isn't going to work out, but we can be actual friends. Like, I like just hanging out with you. And, like, you can learn from my mistakes as a female and, like, blah, blah, blah. And it doesn't work all the time. And I know that's why you're shaking your head. So go ahead.
I'm just shaking my head like, bitch, if you don't text me back, you know, because I'm not talking to you and I'm not doing this shit to be your friend. Like, I want to see what else we could take it to. Like, the end goal is a relationship. But if you're deading me and ghosting me or doing all that shit, bye. Like, I'm on to the next. Like, I ain't trying to be your friend. I'm not trying to be nobody's friend. with the opposite sex. Like
Damn,
I'm trying to get in a relationship. I'm trying to start this shit.
I might
so
be
like,
gay. I'm like, dude, friendships are kind of dope. Like,
This is not for
no,
everybody.
because it's just a waste of time to me. Because like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's
I'm not
stages
here-
also. It's stages. Too,
Yes.
because
I feel it.
But I'm not
Like,
here to give you advice about shit.
But
It's
also,
like,
I grew up with like my sister and my mom kind of taking care of me.
Yeah.
So like, I need like having like women around.
no,
It's
like, all right,
you know
this
what I mean?
sounds
That's what I
hella
mean.
fucking Tate of me and shit. My bad, but like, of course, having friends that are girls is dope. It has its shit. But I'm talking about in the situation where you're trying to pop at a girl,
Right.
and obviously you wanna date her, you wanna do XYZ, and then it turns into a friendship. Like, nah, I want to allow that because you can have plenty of friends, bitch. I'm not trying. I already have hella friends. I already have a lot of friends. I don't need you as a friend. Like, I want something more, and if you don't want to give me that same energy, you don't want to give that time in, then I'm on to the next. It's cool. And like, I mean, I've only been single for like a year, and I've done it
How
all.
long was that relationship, if you don't mind me asking?
It was going on 5 years. Like, it was like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I was dating all my 20s. Like,
Can I tell you something that my girlfriends would say?
what?
You're hurt.
Nah, man.
No. I right now
For sure, not no more. A year ago,
No, that's
maybe.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't get me wrong. Guys are dogs, right? So the first like 4 to 5 months, you're just like, I'm single. I'm just gonna go out. Blah blah blah. Then the next couple months, you're like, fuck, dude, I miss that bitch. And then after a while, you're just kind of like, all right, well, like, we back. Like, I'm not gonna get her back, and I don't want to lose myself. So we gotta get back, right? And that's how guys work.
Excuse me. My situation, I feel like it skipped to the, oh man. But like, what a lot of men get wrong is that you don't miss her, blood. You miss the idea of being with her. You miss the cuddles, not cuddles with her. You miss the attention. You miss that human connection, which you're not getting because in that single phase, you're either hitting and quitting it or failing, falling on your face, doing this, doing that. It's your first time being alone. You're used to texting, calling all day. So like, you kind of be like, damn, I missed it. But for me, and this is different, I was like, I'm not going back. We're not getting back together at all. No matter, there's no point in me hitting her back. So I really had to dig deep and be like, why do I feel like I miss her? And it's like, I don't miss her, because you already know if you got back with her, it's just 2 months from now, it's gonna be the same shit that y'all were on a year ago. So it's like, why do I need that? Oh, I miss that human connection. I miss the texting all day. I miss that little attention that she would give me. So as soon as you just like see past that and like work on yourself and like, you know, do all that shit, like you see past it and like you tend to heal off of it. But like, fuck, bro, I did all the Hinges, I did the Tinders, I did the fucking even Instagram. Like, I don't like Instagram because
But you have 12K followers.
That's exactly why. Because a lot of girls, and like who I am, how I portray myself on Instagram, which is the same way that I portray myself here in person, is like, oh, like, I want validation to be like, guess who was in my DMs, bitch? Guess who's trying to be like, hey, reply to my shit? This fool. And it's like, you know, he's XYZ. He shoots with one of my favorite rappers. It's not most of them, but like, I've noticed that when I try to, you know, pop at girls on Instagram, they just talk to me for the validation to say, you know, nothing else more. There's no substance. Hinge, on another hand,
but okay,
is just like a
question. Okay, so but when you're trying to holler at them, aren't you just trying to fuck, or are you really being like, oh, I can find a relationship with this? I'm
not. And this sounds weird of me, bro. I'm not trying to fuck, because if you fuck a random chick, like fucking,
are you one of those energy people that are like, oh
yeah, it's like an energy thing, and then like on top of that, like, bro, like,
I say that, but I'm one of those people.
It comes with a lot of baggage, like sleeping with a lot of girls. And especially girls that you don't like, you're not attracted to. It's so much work.
My mom
fucking pretending to care after you nut, wanting her to leave, but you're like,
my mom used to say this a lot. she was just like, we're all energy. There's like every person you hook up with, you're taking a little bit of piece of them with you.
Yeah.
It's like that's everything. The baggage, the drama, the trauma, everything. And just like, and when she told me that, I was like, God damn, but I'm still a hoe. You know?
Yeah. And then it's time and time again, because like what I've noticed, like it doesn't work out. It never works out. And then the girls get attached, and you're not really feeling them. And then like, I gotta put my Oscar fucking nomination acting on.
Yeah.
To fucking even keep this afloat. Why? Like I got tired of that shit, blood. I got tired of acting and pretending, because that's not me, and it's just tiring, man. And then like, you know, talking to 5 girls at the same time is cool, but once you fuck them all, it's like they want this and that, and then at the same time you're starting to see shit for what it is, and it's just like,
to be completely honest, I've never been a roster guy, right? Like I get it, like I understand having people in rotation and blah blah blah, but like I've always been the type of person who like my one night stands were people that like I've been hooking up with for 4 years. And I only see
one night stands, but
no, but like we only
those are
see
situationships.
No, but we only see each other every like 4-6 months, you know, and it's just like, hey, you up? And that's all it is.
Yeah,
it's literally just like
but how tiring is that?
No, for sure. But like it's real simple when it's like that. Like I'm never like, oh, how are you doing? How's work? I'm not that guy. Mm-hmm. Even with my relationships, I'm not that guy. Sorry, all of you guys. But like I'm just not that guy. Like I'm just like, call me if you want to like really talk, or let's just hang out. You know?
Yeah.
Like
I kind of grew out of that phase. Now I want, like, you know. I don't think I'm even ready for a relationship, but like I for sure.
This is kind of gay to ask another guy, but like, what's your love language?
I don't even know, bro. I don't even know, bro. Like I'm for sure physical, words of affirmation. What's the? I don't know. Just, you know,
quality time
for sure.
Yeah.
Physical touch.
There's like
words
gifts,
of affirmation,
gifts, and then
and quality
giving.
time. What's the gift one?
Yeah, there's like receiving and then giving gifts, right? Or like
something like it's cool. Like I'm still trying to deal with that shit, because I remember my a couple of relationships ago, they're like, "What's your love language? I want to know." I'm like,
yeah, no, honestly, that's
get to know me. Then you just that's
the new. What's
I
your
don't like that shit, because
but that's the new. What's your horoscope? That's the new. What's your horoscope?
It's because,
dude, you know what fucked up? You know what fucked it up?
Social media, bro.
No, dudes are going to therapy. So this is the language that people use.
Fuck that.
No, but that's I'm telling you, dude, as someone who's like in the middle of all of this with the Gen Z and like I
think that's bullshit, because as someone who's like,
dude, I'm seeing straight people say my partner. That was for the gays. Where straight people are now using my partner, and I'm like, are you like, is this a dude that you're seeing? And they're like, no, it's a girl.
Happens a lot.
And I'm just like, dude, like that's not that's not for you to use, you know. But that's language, blah 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 blah. But on that happy note, I think we need to wrap it up. Thank you guys for another episode of the George.Daniel podcast.
Like cliffhanger right
there. Do you want to give out your Instagram, your links?
No, yeah. Instagram is Mota MOTA_media. Holla at your boy on Instagram. If you want validation, girls hit me up. Nah, I'm fucking with you. Yeah, Mota_media.
Oh yeah. Matt, do you want to shout out your IG and everything?
Yeah, Matthew.Talbot. Hit me up. Want to use some podcast shit. And then High Times with Matt for my podcast. Skipped last week, but I'm gonna have a new one.
And happy birthday, Matt.
Yeah, happy birthday, Matt. This is actually his birthday one, but next episode tomorrow. Next episode, we're gonna really do something for him. So stay tuned for that one. I love you guys. You guys can find me at George.Daniel__, and you guys can hit the link button on there and get everything else. But we love you guys. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us out with the algorithm. And yeah, just fucking, we love you guys. It's been a year. We're going strong. I love you guys. Peace.
Adios.